Okay, this is going to be a messy video, but I think for some it will be very helpful. So this is my 2010 very dirty Volvo V70, and what I'm trying to do, I'm preparing for a long road trip, and I like having my phone in the bottom left corner, but I don't have a charger port here. So right now what I'm stuck doing is running the charger all the way to the center console, which is really annoying. So I'm leaving soon. I don't feel like spending a bunch of time on this. So I know that the fuse for the cigarette lighter is right here. It's fuse number 25. Fuse number 25 is in this compartment right here. Just depress this, lift this here, space. The second one in is fuse number 25, so I'll just pull this out right there. That's a 15 amp fuse. It sits next to this blue one normally, which is also a 15. And what I've gone and purchased is it's called an ADA fuse. And really it's just some electronics that allow you to double up and put, and add two fuses where previously there was one. So you can see I've got two 15 amp fuses in here. Get one of these at your local auto parts store. And it calls for these are mini fuses is what these are called. They're the smaller size. That allows you to plug two in to one slot and gives you a positive output. So what I've done, I'm just gonna hang this off the side, put the cap back on, and then run a positive wire underneath this plastic cowling. It'll come out here. It's gonna head down into the fender space here. And it turns out, okay, so first off, down into that space in behind the door hinges, and it's going to go into a little hole that's already in the door where my hanger's coming out. It is covered by a rubber grommet, so what I'm going to do is poke a hole into the rubber grommet, run the wire through the grommet, and then put the grommet back on. Then what I'm going to do, I've been able to figure out, once you pulling off this rubber seal is easy. Just pull it off. It comes right off. And then you need to pull off this panel. This panel at the top is just two, oh shoot, it was two clips. Now it's a single clip. It just fits right into here. Then you've got one of these blue clips here. Then you've got a slot that fits into one of those metal gizmos down there, like that. So it can pull out, you just need to be careful and don't do what I did and break one of the clips at the top. Anyway, nothing, a little bit of, I don't even know if I need glue there. Anyway, the trick here is once you get this panel off, you'll see there are two bolts here, 1, 2. Up from the second bolt, you're going to see a piece of foam that's been stuck into a hole. That piece of foam, once you remove it, is a hole that goes through the metal bodywork, and with some fiddling you can run a clothes hanger or any other fish tape from here to that hole that you just uncovered on the outside of the door. That's where I'm going to run my positive wire in through here, and that will allow me to install a what's it called, a step up or voltage regulator anyway in here. I'll show you that in a second. And from the voltage regulator, I'm just going to run a USB cable right up to here. This is what I got from Amazon. It's called a step down module, and unfortunately you have to assemble it. That's the bad news. The good news is it's quite cheap, but it's basically a little box that allows you to step down from 12 volts to 5 volts, which is what USB what the USB output is, that you can see on the packaging here. It's getting dark here, but here's progress done. I've finished the connection in the fuse box. I've now found some, ideally it would have been a red wire, but anyway, a white was all I had. So I've run it, and I've run it underneath the plastic cowling for the suspension. And what I did was I used a clothes hanger to push it through, and then I pulled the wiring out afterwards. And then here's where what you have to do is point the clothes hanger in towards the top of the fender, because the clothes hanger has to come up right about there, like right below that hinge is perfect. So that's where it is right now. So I'm gonna pull that out and pull the wire along with it, hopefully. So you can see up here, I got the wire. Let's see if this works. There, I think I got it. Pull that through. Come on, twist it a little bit. Oh, shit. Nice. Try not to pierce any rubber. So I got that coming through now. There we go. Excellent. Wire has come through. Let's take that out of the way. There. Pull that all the way through. So you got that coming below the hinge, so it should stay out of the way. It won't be pinched. And how does it look on here? Oh, it's not ideal. What I may do here is just get a little plastic clamp and affix it here so that at least this doesn't vibrate around. But anyway, for the time being, that's fine. It just dips under there. It's not going to get pinched on anything. Good enough for one trip at least. So now what I got to do is, here's my other clothes hanger, and I'm going to tie the wire to it and then pull the clothes hanger out from here so that the wire comes out here inside the car. Okay, don't do what I did and forget that you've got to put the grommet on the wire before you tape it to the fish tape. So I got to take it off and start over. All right, so now I've got the wire through the grommet. Grommet's been pushed back in. Wire goes up here into the engine compartment. So in retrospect, I'm kicking myself because I think I would have preferred to have that white wire in behind the harness assembly or the door wiring, but I've swung the door open and closed and that doesn't move. So I'm pretty sure it's fine the way it is. So I've got the wiring inside the vehicle, and now we're gonna go inside. I'm gonna disconnect this hanger because I'm gonna have to build the stepper upper, or whatever it's called, the step down voltage regulator. This is the step down motor that converts 12 volt to a 5 volt USB output. The interesting thing is, one of the interesting things here is you've got to actually tweak it. Like, you've got to take a little machine or electronic screwdriver, monitor the voltage, and then you turn it to get the desired voltage, which is 5 volts for me in this case. So next step will be to put this puzzle together, and then we'll put it in the car. This is with the paneling back on, so it actually tucks in nicely there. The only thing you have to be careful for is when you put this back on, you want to make sure that the snaps don't interfere with where the wiring is. Looks pretty good though. And then here's with the door opening and closing. Yeah, it's fine. You can't really see that, can you? That's okay. All right, this little thing's pretty cool. So you'll see, I won't shine too much. It's outputting, it's hard to tell, 13.92 volts. So basically I gotta turn the screwdriver on this, I can't remember what it's called, but if I rotate this, which I obviously can't do holding the camera, then I can taper the voltage down to 5. So I'm doing that first. All right, and here's the box running. It's kind of dumb because you don't see the digital display, but this is what I'm going to be tucking into here. And I may try and find a piece of Velcro I can attach so that it doesn't bounce around, but that's where it resides. Oh wait, plug this in. So the whole point here is take this, plug a USB in. And there you go. And although you can't see it, I'm going to plug that into my phone. Green light's still on, that's a good sign. So I set it to about 5.15 volts. And it's working. You can see the blue means it's charging. Awesome. This is great. So, well, I can't film myself putting it on the holder, but basically the phone is going to reside right here. I'm going to tuck the cable in. I'll show you what I'm going to do in a second. But I'm done. That's the idea right here. Comes out right here. You just plug in right there. You can adjust it, tuck it in a little bit more if you want. Keep it clean. But basically that's the output. Works like a charm. Hope this helps somebody out there.